Yo, so I'm gonna do a little back testing about, just gonna break down my whole strategy, bottom to top, pretty much how I look at the market every single day. I'm gonna do this on the FX replay account. So pretty much I always start off on the daily time frame and I look at my potential draws on liquidity, right? What does it look like we're doing here? Higher time frame, we're holding pretty much this area we're rejecting. We rejected that low and then we kept this sell side right here and we started building back up into this range. Right, we also have this this gap that has not been filled yet, right? And then we have our buy side as well right there. 4-hour time frame, daily time frame, we have these relative equal highs right here, and then we have our all-time high. So overall narrative here is I'm pretty bullish on the week, on the month, so kind of just want to see something higher. And yeah, we're not gonna ask for much, we're not gonna look for lots of high RR or anything, but ES. So to be honest, since we're kind of trading pretty close to this low, I want to see some type of manipulation down, then get a move higher. Maybe we get a little bit more of a move lower down to this low, and then we can catch something higher. So kind of just gonna go on the 5 minute and see what happens. Alright, so we do get a push up here. Okay, we create a 2-minute gap here. Do get this 1 minute inverse towards our draws on liquidity. We do reject this high a little bit, but we get a strong closure above these highs. You know, our overall thing is pretty bullish here, but unless you want to wait for one more, I'm not too convinced here, so I'm just gonna wait. Okay, I like this. I'm pretty much instant buy it back up, and then I'm not gonna go for too much here. A little 1 to 2. Alright, this is pretty much my break-even spot here. Let me see where my risk was. I entered off of this stop loss here. I'm going like a 1 to 2-ish. You know, I mean, pretty much full TPs around there. But yeah, okay, so since we've made this low here. Oh my gosh, what is this? I'm gonna trail to that low. Okay, so pretty much the reason I took this trade was this inverse, right? Pretty much at open, we came here, didn't get that move back down, but we were respecting this gap, right? Holding it, and then we get a really strong closure above this 5-minute gap. Do not enter off this huge move down. Wait for that retrace. We do tap a 3-minute. We don't create a 5. We do tap the 5-minute inverse right here though. Get that move back down, and then if you mark out this leg, we do come into that discount part of the leg. Create this 1-minute inverse. I do not enter off this closure. Didn't really like it. Wanted to see how we react off the inverse. We tapped the inverse and then we created this very strong displacement above these two little, above this like this move down, this little move down. Got a strong candle closure above that, so that was my confirmation. Put my stop loss at this low. Since we had this strong move up, I didn't want to see any lower than this. Then pretty much trailing here, went break even once we took out this high, and now I'm kind of just managing risk towards this high up there. All right, I'm gonna close out right at 3,000 for almost 2R. All right, did not take it all the way because, you know, sometimes price ends up doing some fuck shit, some dumb stuff, and, you know, rejecting off of something, but most likely we're gonna hit this and continue. Just want to check right now if I am recording just to make sure. Alright, sometimes it glitches out. So that's first trade, you know, pretty good. 5-minute inverse, we get a good closure above these highs. We do reject a little bit, but this close on the 1 minute looks solid. 3-minute gap gets tapped into, 5-minute gap gets tapped into. Retrace, instant buy back up. You know, you can enter straight on the inverse, but I wasn't really confident there, so I kind of waited, see how we reacted off the tap. We tapped it, got a good closure above, entered 1 to 2, solid trade. New York session, next session. So everything is just based on drawing liquidity, where the market's gonna go, and you literally just take an entry that's not stupid and that makes sense, right? You're not just gonna enter on any type of push down. So right here, market, we're pretty much accumulating here. We create this high. 15 here. Whoa. What is going on? ES. We created a huge gap on ES. Oh, I'm tripping. Price is all the way over here. Well, we do have this huge gap. I want to see some buy-ups back up there, or if we're going to reject this gap here and then continue lower, that's also possible. So honestly, this range doesn't look good at all, so we're going to be careful here. We want us to break out of this range before we look to take anything. Okay, we broke the structure to the upside here. We started to continue higher, but we are rejecting this high pretty aggressively, you know, hourly here, 4 hour. Okay, I'm not really looking for anything yet. Okay, we created this 4 hour gap. 4 hour gap is getting tapped into there. Could expect some movement back up. Okay, we're still waiting. We're getting a bigger retrace down. Now we're in the discounted hourly gap, seeing if we're gonna hold this or not. Oh, damn. Okay, so we did hold that, right? But our entry here is not real good. If we just enter off that closure, we don't get the best risk to reward. You know, I'd probably just target here, and then that's it. If that high gets taken before, then I wouldn't look for anything. All right, well, entry got cooked, honestly, off just this displacement. It's not terrible, but risk to reward doesn't look great. I wanted to see like a small little push back down and then up. But all right, we pretty much hit to where we thought it's gonna hit. All right, we had the right bias. We retraced down. 4 hour structure tapped here. We didn't enter anything there because we were trying to stay patient. Went a little bit more into discount to this and then continued higher. Let's see if we can find some type of continuation here. Honestly, I don't expect to see anything much. Chopping. Okay. At this point, where are we on ES? Okay, we do have this 1 minute SMT here. Inside, not a 15. Actually, we do have a 15-minute here. Let's go down to 30-second. Do get a strong closure above. And overall, I'm gonna take this on the, this is a little riskier trade, but I like the reaction we got there. Entering before this 1 minute gap. We're gonna be break even right here. Okay, that will be my break even spot. I really, honestly, yeah, I'd definitely be break even. You know, it's kind of early. I mean, it's not really too early, but on the 1 minute, we inverse this as well, so we want that to hold and then just displace higher. But yeah, there we go. We got stop break even. Honestly, I wouldn't look for anything else here, even though we could deliver higher. It's just, look at this price action. You don't want to be in this. All right, once we took this high, point break even, manage risk according to that. Boom, we ended up filling that gap. Now we want to see lower here since we kind of filled it, continue lower. And then, yeah, hourly looks pretty bearish. Also bearish 4 hour gap. We're kind of in a funky range here, but Let's see if we get some bearish movement. Okay, we're buying up here. I kind of wanted to see, I mean, on this bigger time frame, low got made, so actually this as well looks good. So I'm not really like super strong on biases, since like you don't want to be stuck on a bias and stuff like that, but you kind of just want to react to price. 4 hour. All right, so NQ is definitely more bullish here. Okay, we have bearish SMT, but it doesn't really matter. All right, well, we took the high. No solid entries for me. Didn't see anything. But it looks like we're just gonna take our draw on liquidity here. Yeah, well, we took our draw. This could have been a scalp, but nah. 15-minute. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm done. I didn't take a trade there. So we tap this higher time frame gap here. We do reject it and come lower, and then 4 hour gap gets created, huge gap. Same thing, want to see us buy up, or maybe we continue back down to this London and this midnight low right here. We're just trying to react off of this price, right? We're also, this range is kind of tight, so we might just chop higher here. So you would want to be careful here. If you would want to play long here, I'd just rock a fat stop loss, because yeah, that can happen. I kind of want to, I think I might take this. The wick is a little, yeah, the wick's not ideal for me, honestly. But I would take something like this with a pretty big stop loss towards our highs. It's the same type of move up, but honestly, I'm trying to go for the highest win rate on these on this back testing, so I won't take that. There you go. So we would have been stopped out there. Good. Discretion on me, trusting my intuition. Okay, now we took out this low. We take out a low, yeah, so we have a SMT with this AM low, and then also this low, this 7 AM low. So if we can get an inverse through here, this will be a solid long. So we have a 3-minute here. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Oh, I took 2 positions there. Shoot. It's fine. Okay, that's break even. Where are we holding to here? This is like a 1 to 1. Not the, oh, that's why. So I probably hold for a little bit more. It's like 1 to 1.5-ish, so this could be a break even. Yeah, we got break even there. Oh, I do like this re-entry here. Maybe wait for this candle to close. Oh, yeah, we're taking this. For sure, we're taking this. To these highs. There you go. I want to see us push here. There we are. So we caught a re-entry there. First entry, it was a little 1 minute entry. This one was off the 5 minute, right? It was a 3 minute entry. We entered off this 3 minute gap, got in with a pretty big stop loss, and then take profit was up here. I don't know why I had this marked out. Take profit was around here, so a little 2R, and then what do? We came back down, took some people out on the lower time frames, respected this gap. 5 minute was created. We got an instant buy up. I got in a little bit early here because I was pretty confident in this. Stop loss around here, and then take profit was here. Pretty calm trade here. This was solid. So pretty much just continuation, following the trend, making sure we have a good range, and then you don't want to be forcing any type of trade in bad conditions. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we have this low, equal highs above, and then pretty tight range. So I want to be careful here. Okay, well, we took this low out. We got a reaction out of it. Created this 1 minute here. We got a 2 minute gap as well. Overall bullish here since we're holding this wick. Creating structure back up. Took out a low inside of fair value gap, and then so I want to see a strong closure above that. Okay, so we're going to take this, even though it is a little premature. I'm pretty confident in this right here. Pretty fat stop loss. Honestly, I'd go like a stop there, and then take profit would be here. It's like a 1.5. Yeah, we want to see that fast move up. Okay, I'm adjusting risk here. And wow, we're gonna edge the high. That's crazy work. No way, we just got stopped. See if we can catch a re-entry here. Alright, we're re-entering just because we don't like, this should play out on the re-entry. So this was not emotional, not an overtrade or nothing. This was, we simply just got stopped out from this. We entered off of this 5 minute closure because we wanted to see this push us higher. My bad, my foot. We want to see us push us higher here and then continue. I went break even because I wanted to see us flush up towards these highs pretty quick, but we rejected this and we came back down. Honestly, we're just messing around here, but it's okay. We held this gap, took out some people there, got this strong displacement above these. I did not wait for this because there's no point in waiting for me. This was good enough confirmation. Stop loss here, take profit around the same risk. But yeah, and I think this should hit take profit. Yeah, there we go. To the next, we take in one small L. We mitigated risk on that last one, and then holy wick. So this is news. This is really good. We have good draws on liquidity here, right? And also what you want to be aware of with these news wicks is that we should be aware of the SMT that gets created with these wicks. So if there's an SMT, a lot of the times it's going to get validated and go down to the next wick, right? Because these are good draws on liquidity. So let's check out that high. We are in this huge 4-hour wick. We do have this high right here, but we made this high in that gap. We do have some lows resting below. So I'm not super strong bullish. We do have a good high, but if we create a SMT here and then get a push lower, I'd look for an entry lower. Okay, SMT does not get made, but we do end up running that. Okay, I didn't catch an entry to that high up there, but no, I told you. Holy crap, that's another news or what? Well, we took out that. It's okay. Lots of volatility going in the market. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, I did miss an entry here. This is on me just skipping too quick. Obviously this is hindsight, but this is definitely something I would have taken. My bad, I did not mean to do that. Hindsight demon, but yeah, this is my model as well. I would have taken this off the 30-second. Alright, towards our drawn liquidity, stop loss there, move at the high. I'm just gonna play it just like as if I was taking this, but obviously y'all, you don't have to count this trade as me taking it. Pretty much missed it. I would have got it in pretty late, but I'll move stops to break even there and then take profit with a hit. Obviously because took out that high, we also took out this 4-hour high, rejected it really good, and then 10 a.m. we had like some 10 a.m. fat ass news there that just pushes lower. What did I say? We were gonna take out this high. I mean this news wick low and then news wick high. It's fine that we didn't catch that, but this was a solid entry because this huge 4-hour gap right here that needed to get rebalanced into also these stack lows below. So yeah, very, very good trade. Stop loss would be, break even would be right at this low. Why? Because we're so close to this low, this 4-hour low, and we shouldn't reject this. We should just flush straight to it. I'll look, maybe if you catch something back up. Honestly, after this, like, I wouldn't even want to take anything. Like this, look, yeah. After our draws on liquidity get met, we don't want to be putting on any risk. So we did take out this high. Huge range, like weird range actually. 4-hour. Took out that low. You know, if we're gonna leave this high here, actually this is, I've been wanting these highs too for a while, so I'm still bullish. Maybe we buy back up here. I'm not asking for a lot. If we get this 5-minute inverse, honestly, I'm gonna take it just to here. Alright, well, we didn't get the inverse, but we did get this strong displacement here. I'm just going to take a quick 1 to 1.2 here. I want to see us just continue this. The only thing is that ES is very bearish, so we want to see like one strong candle up and then instant break even here. You don't want to see us flush down. There you go. So calm little 1 to 1. We didn't inverse it. We did get a strong closure, but this is what I mean by discretion. Like you can't always just rely on one mechanical thing to make you enter the trade. Like just because this didn't inverse doesn't mean we're not gonna go back up, right? We respected here. What do? Tap these 5 minutes. 15 and 30-minute gap here. Right. Overall creating bullish structure. We're at least gonna hit this high. It's also, yeah, 15-minute high. You know, we're buying up. Pretty simple stuff. Buying up. So we just want to hold that to then go there. I don't know if we're going to continue higher or not, but all I asked for was this high, and then that's it. I know it's a little bit scalpy move, so this is why you got to be careful. Wait for that 5 minute, and then the 5 minute didn't inverse, so kind of waited for this next candle to open. This wouldn't have been bad off the 30-second, but if you just kind of waited, like this would have been fine, I waited. We got a little bit more retrace. Got a strong closure there. Stop loss here. All right, it was it wasn't bad risk. It was good risk. I'd take it. You know, like I said, I was going break even pretty much instantly, and yeah, there was not much to risk there. Like we're gonna at least hit this high, and then the next will be my take profit. So you gotta play it smart with your risk management as well. Okay, so we still have not taken out my overall draws on liquidity. I mean, that's good. Looks like we're starting to rebalance down here. 930 is probably gonna. Ooh, I'm getting pretty strong moves up. Okay, we have 10 a.m. news here. If we can take out, okay, so we do have an SMT here. It's also, we tapped the 15-minute, we also 5-minute SMT. Make this smaller, hold up. 5-minute SMT, see if we have an inverse. We have a 30-second here, just target the data high. Still holding this SMT. Okay, I'm taking that just to the data high. Alright, boom, data high is right here. I'm not asking for much. It's pretty much just a 1-to-1 trade here. Off the 30-second. Like this closure. Overall bullish narrative here. Which we could hold to this imbalance here. I'd probably hold here. Let's see the 5-minute. Yeah, there's a imbalance from Asia that we created. So we'll just hold to this. A little bit more RR, but we'll be break even relatively quick. Break evens at this high. So okay, we're break even here. Kind of just asking for this little imbalance to get filled right here. There you go. Take profit got hit. So pretty much was waiting. You don't want to be trading in this chop. You know, we have 10 a.m. news. 10 a.m. news usually creates these wicks, right? We created that wick. We also created this SMT. Once the SMT was created, I was just waiting for this inverse to happen. Once that inverse was made, entered market order, stop loss at this low. And I didn't want to close here. It was a 1-to-1. I don't like trading exactly 1-to-1 unless that's the only place to target. But if you look at the higher time frame, we also have this imbalance right here. That, you know, when Asia opens, we create a small, either a small or a big gap. Doesn't really matter. But we created this gap at Asia open from Monday, from literally the day before. And these are filled 90% of the time. Well, actually, a lot of the time. It just depends on when. But you just have to be careful. You can't just automatically target it just because you feel like it. But in this situation, in this scenario, you know, I didn't even close. Well, I closed a little bit early there. I didn't want to get edged, but yeah, we hit it. There you go. Pretty good trade. You know, win rate is pretty solid so far. Boom. We're gonna do one more trade here. Yeah, one more trade. Not sure how long I've been recording, but we'll just do this day, and then I probably get off. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah. Huge move lower here from 830. is news for this 8:30 wick. So I think this move is false. I just don't like this range at all. We're gonna buy up. We could get like a range move up and then retrace and then move back up. I want to see like a big retrace though. Yeah, just like that. 15-minute here. There you go. I'm in this. I got in prematurely here, but I'm pretty confident in this high. Yeah. 5-minute. Could have entered on, honestly I could have entered right on this, but we didn't. So we got in here. Not the best risk, but so pretty much this is what I mean by like you don't always have to wait for this to get inversed. It's definitely more confirmation, but you don't always have to. You kind of have to play it on your own type of trading. But yeah, honestly, best entry would have been off of this inverse, and then gone break even at the 5-minute gap. That's the best entry. But yeah, overall it's just like, oh yeah, even the 1 hour aligns perfectly. We have this huge move that really needs to get rebalanced. Like if you just look at it, like this, we can continue lower, but we have this low. Like if we were really gonna displace back down to this low in the morning, like we would have just hit this gap and then continued lower. Like there was no reason for us to buy all the way up. Since we're so close to the low, we would have seen some really quick structure right at 9:30 open. But in this case, so we did not get that. So we had this huge move up, and I really want to see a really big retrace, not just some tap or anything. Since this range is so big, we saw a solid retrace up. 15-minute gap got made bullish, and then obviously we retraced to below 0.5 of the range. Took it off of this, wanted to see more confirmation higher, and pretty much using this whole gap as our protection for our stop loss. So there's no need to put it all the way down here. Could even put it a little bit less risk here. Like that, get our risk reward a little bit better, and then yeah. Alright, trade got hit. You know, just following the trend here. Just like in my Discord, it's just, this is a little bit different, a little bit more tricky for people since we're in this big gap. But my overall drawn liquidity is higher. I see this move as manipulation for people to go lower, but also this hourly gap aligns perfectly to tap it. And yeah, so I kind of just want to see this start slowly buying back up here. But yeah, I'm just trying to take my piece of the pie, and that's it. Let's just watch, see if we continue to buy up. Looks like we're gonna hit that. Alright, well, we hit the data high. Well, we're actually not yet. Okay, well, this is probably gonna play out. I'm not gonna take it, but just to see. Bang. Played out, because this is like Asia. Didn't really take it, but data high got hit. Exactly what I said happened, pretty much. Yeah, that's it for today's backtesting. That's my model, pretty much how I execute every single one of my trades. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.